welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are still, or once more, in Costa del Sol to continue the Hildibrandt quests that ended here last time. No, those writers commented on that quest. Hey, I know you. What with you following that half-crazed Inspector hither and yon on his madcap cases, I reckon you've worked out quite a first. I've got a fine vintage I reckon you might fancy. Just noticed that. Ellie, where do we go next? 8-armed and dangerous. Desiree, I was wondering when we show up. I've got the latest scoop on the Victor spoils that our many-faced friend has set his sights on. Have you visited the Colloseum of late? There's a tourney in the works and it's looking to be a big one. The Mythril Cup, sponsored by none other than a Magina and Sons mineral concern. They say that Master Firges will be furnishing the prizes himself from his personal collection. Small wonder it's captured the attention of Mr. Sticky Fingers. You are familiar with the concern, yes? It's only the largest mining interest in the Sultanate, after all. The chairman, Master Firges, sits on the syndicate and possesses such wealth that rumor has it he could buy half a realm if he chose to. He's also renowned for being something of a martial arts enthusiast. With his position affording him little opportunity to test his own skills, he settles well living vicariously through the exploits of others, hence his sponsorship of tournaments like the Mythril Cup. My colleague, Ganelon, is in Ulda covering the tourney as we speak. If we were to track him down, I bet he'd be able to give us something to get our investigation started. Ganelon. Yes, I'm a busy man. If you're looking for small talk, I suggest you look elsewhere. No need to be rude, Ganelon. She's a friend of mine. Now what say you share your latest findings with us? I promise I'll make it worth your while. Ellie, if it isn't a Mythril Eye Star Reporter, come to have a laugh at Ganelon's expense before returning to pen your latest front page feature, huh? Oh, well, just promise you'll put a good word for me with the higher-ups, okay? Now, let me tell you this. There's some strange things afoot in the Colosseum. Back all, it's a travesty, I tell you! Hot Chief and Haimo, whatever's the matter. And where, pray tell, is Hutchin? The four of you will compete for a cup together, yes? I fear that the fortunate Mishap has left Hutchin in no condition to fight. We are just on our way to convey the dire news to Dower Meadow. Mishap, I asked, it was sabotage. Some bloody coward out there will stop at nothing to eliminate his competition. I swear on my subliga. Lower your voice, Hodge. My head stinks enough without your bloody shouting. Hutchin, shouldn't you be resting your wounds? But forgive your incompetent, unworthy comrade. If I had but been quicker with my mantra, we would still be 4 men strong. Do not berate yourself so, Haimo. In victory and in defeat, the mantra wills fight as one. You bear no more responsibility for my wounds than I. Anyway, I dare say I'll not be getting back into fighting Fettle by assing about in bed. I'm ready to chant some mantras. How about a lot of you? Hutchin, for you, I'm always ready. Now, that's what I like to hear. 1,000 mantras, and I want each one to ring out over the Sagoli. The Mantravils? Aye. As Hutchin tells us, they took their name from a training partner they met at the Fist of Valga, a man they most admired for his devotion and chiseled physique. Consider me not the least bit interested. This talk of attacks on the competitors, however, of this I would hear more. Ah yes, I mentioned that strange things are afoot, yes? With mere days left before the Mythril Cup, a staggering number of would-be combatants have withdrawn, citing a host of curious ailments and injuries. With a list of entrants shrinking by the day, the organizers have been forced to abandon the elimination format in favor of a mass melee between what few battlers remain. The Phantom Thieves Challenge. Gladiators dropping like flies. No? This is no mere coincidence. I would speak with the individual in charge of the event. Where might I find him? Vovo Concern sponsors the tourney. The day-to-day organizational duties are being handled by a fellow by the name of Dower Meadow. He should be in his office within the Colloseum halls. I sent word to the gateman, Yuya Bayer. He owes the Mythril Eye a favor or two. Splendid, come this way. We got a case to crack. With gladiators dropping one after the next, I had to rewrite my Mythril Cup preview 5 times in the past 2 days. Make that 6 times. Let's go find this Dower Meadow and see what he can tell us about the tourney. Ganon said he would find him in his office at the Colosseum, yes? From a Mythril, I will say, and by all means, you're free to enter. I'm Ellie, reporter for Mythril Eye. Never blinking or seeing, you know the deal, yes? And you must be Dower Meadow. I was hoping I could ask you a few questions about the upcoming tourney. Who am I to argue with free publicity? From a charming little thing like yourself. Ask away, Miguel. That said, between the challenge from the so-called Phantom Thief and now these bizarre attacks targeting the fighters, our tourney's already the talk of town. Not that you see me complaining, provided someone's still left to fight with us. You're free to investigate as you wish, but you'd be smart to exercise some caution. Needless to say, recent events have everyone here a bit on edge. Why, just moments ago, one fighter almost took off another's head for insulting the color of his supply. Looks like we've got ourselves another. These two aren't in the entry books. And our challenger unleashed a vicious right hook as the gentleman inspector was channeling his strength for his next attack. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner! Inspector Briardian, as efficient as ever, I see. A true gentleman eschews violence, Inspector. You are thinking. It annoyed me. Dower Meadow, I presume? Tell me everything you can about the prizes for this tourney and try to be brief. Was wondering when you might ask. Master Fergus has spared no expense in making the Mythril Cup the most lucrative tourney this Colosseum has ever seen. The victor will receive a true treasure from his collection, the Warden's Grace, a ring fitted with the largest sun sphere you'll find outside of Khan. The second and third places are nothing to sneeze at either, but I don't care how many faces he's got. We've got nothing to fear from this thief. The concern has hired an elite regiment of Stone Torch to watch our vault day and night. Yes, just as the brass plates were so successful in stopping the thief last time. If you want your treasure safe, go fetch her and bring them to me. And be quick about it, I have no day. Yeah, I can't do that, Inspector. After all, what proof do I have that you ain't the Mr. Many-Faces in another of his elaborate get-ups? No, if you want to get your hands on the spoils, you have to claim them as any other would. In battle. As a matter of fact, whatever ranks thinned out as they are, we're actively recruiting new competitors. The more the merrier, and the more lucrative at that. Now, where did our receptionist get off to? Over here, you slimy bugger. You've got some fresh blood for a melee. Give me a moment, will ya? I've only got 8 arms. Relax. You called? I was just about to give a lovely Miss Avila the grand tour. Inspector Hildibrandt, he's purple. Astute as ever, Nashu. This color, this overabundance of appendages, I smell a case. Ah, that's just my receptionist, Ultros. Don't get started now, he's an ugly little bugger, but he's friendly enough. Word has it he was one of the many bizarre creatures born from the recent experiment on with ancient incantations at the Thaumaturgist Guild. We were going to seal him away in a hole in the desert with the others, when he opened his slobbering mouth and started pleading for his life. I just want to live in peace. I'll do anything. So the management hired him to perform odd jobs about the Colloseum. And I'm ever glad they did. I tell you, this job ain't glamorous, but it sure has its perks. What a delicious morsel, I'll get my tentacles around her. Ooh. I know not who you are or where you hail from, but I do not care. If you dare challenge me, my Tempest Blade will show you no mercy. You can forget about your case, Inspector. There's only one who will claim the victor's spoils, and that is me. I just love when she talks stuff. Now, who's the shampoo one to get a pummeling by my lovely little Avi? Though a gentleman takes far more pride in rescuing their damsels than fighting them, I fear we have little recourse. I, Hildibrandt, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall do what must be done to... Desiree Klingor will be entering the tournament on my behalf. Desiree Klingor? You do look like a Klingor. Well, bugger me with a spear. To think I'd see the day when a warrior of light stood in my Colloseum. Hear that clinking? That's the sound of Gil pouring into our coffers when the public find out that a true Eorzean hero will be stepping into the ring to fight for the Mythril Cup. Oh, and I reckon your friend can take along too. Show me to sign, Ulti. With Desiree, I suppose we have a good chance as any now. Now we just need to make sure that she doesn't come down with some curious injury. That gladiatrix, Avila was it, seemed quite certain of her chances at victory. Suspiciously certain, I would say. I'm 10% of you, Inspector. That Ultros fellow seemed most knowledgeable about Miss Avila. Come, Najou, the investigation's afoot. As much as it sounds like an amazingly productive line of investigation, might have suggested our first priority is to keep Desiree here safe. Let us return to Ganelon and see what else he can tell us of these mysterious attacks on the combatants. Very well, I shall leave the task to you. I have a lead of my own to investigate. Should you uncover any new information, I trust you will share it with me at first opportunity. Sure. Back to Ganelon. Look, I know you're the warrior of light and all, but we can't afford to take any chances. Be on your guard this way. I suppose our questioning of Mr. Ultros can wait. Let's see if this Ganelon fellow can enlighten us. You again. I've already told you that... What? Another turner, you say? Are you out of your bleeding mind? Look, I've got a suspicion or two, which I'm happy to share with you. But in the end, you have to protect yourself, you hear? So I've been asking around, and it seems that more than a few of the fighters who pulled out of a tourney were scheduled to fight a warriors by the name of Avila. Now I can't make any promises, but my instincts tell me this girl is bad news. But don't take it from me when you can hear it from someone who crossed blades with her just days ago. Fellow by the name of Raging Rat had the misfortune of being matched up with Avila in the preliminary rounds, and earned himself a right bruising from it all. Last I heard, he was resting up back in the Pugilist Guild. Why don't you pay him a visit? Aha, the plot ever thickens. Well, if my doubts that the lovely Avila is behind these dastardly incidents, would behoove us to hear what this raging rat fellow has to say. Come to have a good laugh at old raging rat's expense, have you? Well, you're the first, I say. Is there not a man in the entire realm with an ounce of sympathy? Greetings, good sir. How fortunate you are today that your guest is Hildibrandt Mandible, gentleman and inspector. Now, if you would please enlighten me to how exactly it was that you were beaten to a bloody pulp by Miss Avila. Gentleman, my ass, have you not a whit of delicacy? Never you mind. Look, the records may say I lost, but I admit to nothing of the sort. I shouted to the top of my lungs if no one else will. The girl doesn't fight fair. Tempest plate. Some kind of foul sorcery, if you ask me. Mark my word, that girl is up to no good. If she weren't so damn easy on the eye, she'd be rotting in jail as we speak. The girl's Alamigan, or haven't you heard? You know what it is with those refugees. Why fight with honor when you've got nothing to lose? Yes, and why not dispatch an entire people in a pathetic attempt to salvage your sorry pride? This one's a real piece of work, Desiree. Let's be on our way. I didn't mean no offense, miss. Just telling it like it is, as it were. Perhaps it truly is some enough sorcery, as the fellow says. Or perhaps she works with an accomplice? She didn't strike me as a magic-wielding type. And if I were a betting woman, I'd put my gill on the latter. Ah, Miss Ali, the fool of a chaser struck a chord with you as well. Yes, I can see it in the wrinkles beneath your eyes. We might as well make an inspector out of you yet. I'll give you a good winkle, you insensitive boar. If what the man says is true, it's likely that her fellow Alamegans might sympathize with her plight. An accomplice would hardly be out of the question. Yes, I can see it now. Two unfortunate souls, shunned by those around them, united by destiny and a common desire for justice. Ample appendages whirling wildly, sending gusts of wind flying every which way. Avila and Alti, a match made in the heavens. Were it not any more obvious, I could have solved this case without leaving my home. Incredible. Your powers of deduction never fails to amaze, Inspector. What is it with you two and that infernal octopus? Mr. Otto should still be at the Colloseum. Let us hurry before he slithers off to whencesoever he came. I mean, it's Ultras. He is always a sleazy bastard, so I wouldn't be surprised. Friend, and look over yonder. Behold those exquisite legs, those stylish tentacles, that unearthly undulation of his squirmy, squishy body. Yes, our friend Alti is a most fascinating creature indeed. Behold how he carefully eyes the gladiatrix before him. What manner of mischief is he flirting? He speaks. Yes, this is most suspicious indeed. Oh, what's this? The girl is fled in panic. Our friend Alti appears to be discouraged. Look at the way his shoulders sag. Or how they would sag if he had shoulders. Our quarry is on the move. Quickly, Nashu. We must pursue. Aha, there he is. He will not escape us so easily, Mr. Ultros. Mr. Ulti seems to have found himself another gladiatrix. What might he be plotting this time? Look at those succulent legs. I reckon they taste wonderful in a good marinara sauce. Marinara sauce? Ah, he speaks. And another girl rushes off. Whatever did you say to her? He looks so sad. Shall we douse him in lemon butter and put him out of his misery, Inspector? Whatever is he doing with his girls, anyway? Call me crazy, but I think he likes them? Poor Mr. Ultros didn't seem to have much luck with the ladies. Speaking only for myself, I'd love to have him for dinner. Perhaps in a nice lemon butter sauce. What price victory? Poor misunderstood Ulti. Here we suspected him of criminal activity, and in truth he was just a gentle soul luckless in love. Oh, Ulti, can you find it in your squishy, slimy heart to forgive us? Yes, now perhaps we should return to our investigation. If Avila is as suspicious as they say, perhaps we should follow her around for a bit. Dower Meadow back at the Colloseum should be able to enlighten us to her whereabouts. An excellent idea, Miss Ellie. But I have a better one. Let us return to the Colloseum and speak with Dower Meadow. From him, we shall ascertain Miss Avila's whereabouts, upon which we can follow her about to see if she is indeed as suspicious as they say. Come on, the investigation calls. Right idea, Inspector. Why didn't she come up with that, huh? Don't think Uncle Ulti didn't see you following me. What's a big idea, huh? I'm nothing more than a stupid octopus. Or am I? Come on now. I just want what any octopus wants. A cute girl, untold riches, and the admiration of millions. Can't Uncle Ulti dream? Well, kids, hate to ink in one. Then again, I am an octopus. Yes, what is this time? I'm a busy man. Looking for Avila, you say? She said something about sharing a flagon with her countrymen over the coffer and coffin. I reckon you might still find her there. I'll warn you all, if you're smart, you keep your distance from that one. The poor bugger Ganelon tried to interview her for an article. Thought the girl was going to rip his head clean off. How can I put this? She doesn't seem to take kindly to being asked questions of a personal nature. You catch my drift? That said, if you're looking for a good sparring match to warm you up for the tourney, that might just be the ticket. I can assure you there will be no need for gratuitous fisticuffs, my good sir. With my remarkable powers of espionage, we will ascertain all the information we need without the fiery lass even being alerted to our presence. Let us be off. Coffer and coffin. That's Central Fun Alarm. The bar just beyond Blackwash Station. Behold, the lovely Miss Avila, just as predicted. Let's keep watch from here, so as not to set off the girl's famed temper. How many times must I tell you? There's no cause for concern. The spoils shall be mine. It may as well be writ in stone. Do you realize what it means? We have suffered and suffered long, but my victory shall mark a new era. Just as Rauban Alden won a new life for himself in the Colloseum, I shall win a new life for our people. The prize that I shall claim will boast the wealth of our people 10,000-fold. In a land where wealth is power, we will be kicked to the gutter by the Uldans no longer. With that, I must be off to the Navana mines to meet my sister. Nanava mines. Miss Avila's assurance is ever a sight to behold. I deduce that my own chance of felling her on the field of battle are infinitesimal. I could have told you that before you signed up. Come on, we have a suspect to pursue. Trying to steal Avila from Uncle Alty's tentacles, are you? I'm afraid that isn't going to happen. Yes, Uncle Alty's homemade explosive will see that this is the end of the road for you. Does that make me a bad octopus? Ah, the distinctive spell of fire sand. Another one of your handicraft explosives, I take it, Nashu? Heavens no, Inspector. This is far too elaborate to be one of mine. Do you think whoever crafted this would be willing to give me a lesson? They're onto me. Preposterous. Could it be that Musclehead isn't as stupid as he looks? I see. In any event, I shudder to think what might happen if an unsuspecting passerby chanced upon such a hazardous object. Allow me. Ho! You gotta be kidding me! That maiden in mining garb must be the sister of whom Miss Avila spoke. Let's listen a bit closer. I thought we agreed. No hard labor until your leg is healed. I swear, sometimes I think you are born solely to give my poor sister headaches. Says the girl who once fought off 10 Imperials with one good arm. Perhaps someday you understand that your little sister can take care of herself just as well as you. Speaking of which, what news of attorney? Why not, Hagelina? I've taken all the necessary precautions. Warden's grade's as good as ours. Even most modest estimates value its worth at some 30 million gil. Do you really realize what this means? Necklaces from Stains, sunset dresses, all the luxuries you ever wanted will be yours. The poor little girls in shabby clothes, objects of pity and scorn for the Uldan upper crust, those days are over. After I claim victory, we'll take our rightful place at the top of society. I don't know, Avi. Wealth is all well and good, but when I see you stand tall in the Colosseum, hundreds and thousands cheering your name, I'm proud. No matter how humble our birth, if we stand strong and stand together, this alone is all the wealth I ask for. That is your problem, Hagelina. You've always been too quick to settle for less than your worth. But why not? For your sister is watching over you. I will do this for us. Now I must return. God forbid one of those prime reporters overhears us. That's my Avi, unfazed by a duel to the death, yet terrified to be caught in a moment of tenderness. May the gods smile on you, sister. And be safe. A more moving display of sisterly love I've not seen, yet I feared it has afforded us little in the way of prospective clues. It would seem Avila's obsession with victory runs even deeper than we imagined. That said, I can't help but feel a bond with a girl. My sister and I were alone in the world too, you see. Inspector, did you hear what I just heard? Look, kids, Uncle Oldie has it up to here with you. Do you think you could just fall into this pit and die like a good little girl? Talking to you, Mrs. Warrior of Light. Hear that sound? One step closer. Closer. Not you, you idiot! No need to concern yourself, friends. I'm simply taking the liberty of investigating this hole in the ground, and I'm pleased to report there seems to be nothing out of the ordinary. Our hero. Now, shall we turn to Ulda? The Mythril Cup will be starting before long. The last thing we want after all this is lose our bout by forfeit. Could it be? Did that musclehead dive straight into my trap to save his companions? The others seemed completely unsurprised at this turn of event. Doubtless he has performed such selfless acts before. A true gentleman if I ever saw one. But if you think that means I'm gonna show mercy on you, you've got another thing coming. Time to break out the big guns, kids. Wait a minute. I had 2 pits, didn't I? Come to think of it, the second one was right around... Give me a break! Back to the city, okay. Whatever does he think he's found this time? Yes, is something the matter? We are on something of a tight schedule here, Inspector. Stand back, Miss Ellie. My well-owned inspector senses are tingling. I feel a most fearsome adversary lurking about. Two bruises. This time you're really up a creek without a pedal, kids. Say hello to a not-so-little friend of mine from the Colloseum. He is large, he's in charge, and most of all, he is hungry. Where in the world is he? I haven't got all day. My chimera! Who was that half-naked fool? No. Father? Could it be with the aura of unmitigated murderous rage that I felt was not our quarry but you? Hildy, I was merely taking a stroll in search of inspiration and materials for my newest masterpiece in the making. What brings you and your friends to these parts today? Just a bit of sleuth work, Father dear. And with that, we must return to Ulda. Have you not heard your son is set to compete for the Mythril Cup? Oh, moonlighting as a gladiator, are we? A fitting second career for a man-devil man if I do so myself. That muscle-bound old man is the inspector's father? Remind me to never go to one of their family reunions. Ah, just who is this inspector anyway? Hildy is a A worthy rival if I ever were one. Ogre's wer? Hildy, Desiree, I've been waiting for this day. Well, look who we have here. You're quite the intimidating gent yourself. A friend of the Inspector, mayhap? I'm Gilgamesh, wandering duelist. And I'm not so much the Inspector's friend as his enemy. Well, that makes two of us. Perk up, Gulliver. Because this just might be our lucky day. Is there no one in this accursed realm who can remember my... Call me what you will, friend, but heed my words. Desiree is a formidable foe. That's sounding like high praise coming from a big fella like yourself. With such a powerhouse as a sidekick, that Inspector must be something else indeed. I know not what brings you to do battle with those two, but I warn you, you will end up a seafood soup if you face them alone. And with that I must be off. For reasons I do not entirely understand, I am considered something of a fugitive in these parts. Desiree, I will not fall so easily this time. Well, it looks like I've got my legs full, all 8 of them. But if that adventurer is too strong to take on alone... I just have to bring along a friend. A subtly twisting ring calling to mind the undulation of a creature of the sea. Yes, inspiration has struck. Nobody here but those octopodes? Look forward to your next life as a masterpiece, friend.
Muscle, I hate them.
Good heavens, chancing upon father like that. I dare say it's taken a year of my life. Quite a crowd is assembled. It would seem the festivities are nigh about to commence. I'd hoped to uncover more of Mr. Vila's secrets, but no matter. What better place to continue my investigation than on the field of battle? I think I end the episode here, and we continue with Hildibrandt next time. Until then, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.